Drivers, what's the easiest way to recognize when you're about to be a fraud victim, especially as an Uber Eats driver? I want to let you know, I'm going to share there are two types of scammers, and I'm going to give you some profound, simple ways to thwart their efforts. I do want to let you know I was exposed to a thief scammer, and I've got about a 1-minute clip I'll show you here in a little bit. Also, many drivers are also rideshare drivers, and I want to let you know that there's a dangerous thing involving unaccompanied minors that can quickly lead to criminal activity, but more on that in a little bit. The very first kind of scammer, and this is a true, straight-up thief. Horrible. They affect virtually any driver on Uber Eats and any of the gig apps such as Grubhub, DoorDash, Instacart, Shipt, Walmart Spark, and yes, even on Amazon Flex. The second type of scammer, that's called the customer. Ha! I know what you're thinking, but we'll get to that in a second. The most common way that a scammer's gonna prey on you is by contacting you first. So as drivers, we need to be vigilant all the time, whether you're a new driver or an experienced driver. With this information, you're gonna be aware and you're not gonna get tricked by them. Most likely, the scammer's gonna contact you by phone or by chat. This is the most common. They may actually contact you by email, but I am not prepared to go into that level of fraud. Instead, we're gonna deal with the most common. And here it is. The customer is actually the scammer. Now, again, there are two types, the thief and then the customer. But the thief, that's the one that's going after your money, and shame on them. A true criminal, they deserve to be in jail. And you may wonder, how is it that a customer's contacting me? Most likely it's gonna be on the order that you're already doing. You've picked up the food or you're about to, and you're gonna be dropping it off. The customer is the one contacting you. And potentially, in the app, sometimes there's a delay where the customer can contact you later. So if they're a smart criminal, they'll have you do the order, complete it, and then contact you. So be aware of this. In fact, please share in the comments right now for drivers out there with experience. How long in your experience does the customer have to contact you? This will be interesting, and please let me know which app it is as well. And that way all drivers benefit with this information. That way we know how long we're actually at risk for. So what's gonna happen is when you're on that active order, the customer's gonna contact you and pretend that they're someone they're not. They're gonna pretend that they're from Uber Eats, and they're gonna come up with some reason. They're gonna entice you or give you fear into giving your account information. Most likely they're gonna say, oh, we wanna refund you or we wanna pay you this money and we just need you to verify your account. So you can see where this is going. Never, ever give your personal information. Uber Eats knows who we are and they don't contact you. And guaranteed if they do, they're not gonna be asking you for your information. And keep in mind, you're on an active order or you just finished one. It's the customer contacting you. So what they want is some information so that they can basically log on to your account, your phone number, your name, your date of birth. Don't give them anything, especially don't give them your email. What they're gonna do is break into your account and then put their payment information in there. And let's say you've been working full time and you have several $100s that's gonna be paid out at the end of the week. They'll go ahead and pay that out right then to them, and you're not gonna see that money. And potentially, maybe drivers won't even notice and they'll just leave their information in there. And maybe it'll take a week or two of you working and not getting your pay in your bank account. And that scammer, that thief is getting your money. Either way, you're the one that's out the money. So just know that the company will never ask for your information. The only time they do is when you are contacting customer support with an issue, whatever it is. They're the ones that are going to want you to say your name and your date of birth. That's it. If anybody's contacting you, don't respond. It's a scam. One thing that's really important for you to do, and I'm sure you already know this, let's say that scammer, that thief is trying to steal your money. do contact customer support afterwards and let them know what's going on. That way they can go after that criminal customer and hopefully prosecute them. But actually, I don't have high hopes of this because I have rarely seen Uber Eats do anything helpful for the driver. So that's pretty sad to be questioning, would they even take action on criminal activity? Anyway, you should still report it and give them a chance to do that. All right, so I'm ready to show you this video. A scammer tried to contact me when I was on Postmates years ago. Pay attention to the tactic he used. See if you can tell what it is before I share it with you later. And that way you are going to be prepared when someone contacts you doing the same type of technique. And basically what it is resist the tactics. I think it's a mindset. Get you to say no once and then talk, and then you'll give the information. Don't ever do that. All right, I'm going to play that video now, and let's check this out.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, Mr. This is Green Thomas, customer service team. How are you today?
Good.
That's great. We're reaching out in regards to the Jack in the Box order you're completing for John Cena shows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that order is only for one value Friday today, and we couldn't process the credit card payment for such a small item. So we're actually going to help you cancel out that order for a small reimbursement today, okay?
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Alrighty. Are you somewhere pulled over? We're going to assist you on how to do that and get that reimbursement added.
Oh, I'm delivering the Pollo Loco order right now.
And how far are you away from that delivery address? I'm so sorry.
I'm at the restaurant still. I'm in the parking lot.
Oh, wow. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure why they would have that done. Can you go ahead and verify your phone number you have on file with this?
Actually, you should know what my phone number is.
Yeah, we're asking you to verify your phone number so we can pull up the account you have on file with this and have that reimbursement link sent out to you.
Just 1 second. Let me contact you guys after I do this delivery.
No problem.
All right. Thanks.
I'm going to give you a call back in about 5 minutes.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Bye.
Okay.
All right, you can clearly see right there. Initially, I didn't know what the phone call was about, but pretty soon, when he started saying my phone number, I knew right away, hey, that's a scam. And I had learned about this from watching YouTube videos like this one. So this will be a great benefit for drivers of any experience level. And did you notice that technique he was using on me? I said no, and then he talked and basically rephrased it and tried to get the information again. Maybe subconsciously we feel good that, hey, I said no, but we keep talking and then somehow maybe we'll slip up and change our mind and give the information. So clearly don't do that. So this guy definitely is a thief. I did report him to Postmates and they deactivated him live right there. Now keep in mind, Uber Eats did buy Postmates a few years ago. So again, who knows if Uber Eats would react the same way today. All right, this next category of scammer is the customer. Obviously you see the difference here. There's a true thief trying to steal our bank account information. Then you have your average customer. Well, I won't say your average customer. Some customers who are criminals trying to steal and get free food. Ultimately, that still is going to cost us our job and get us deactivated, and then we don't earn any money. We're kicked off the app. And why? Because the customer's hungry and they want some free food. Shame on those kind of customers. So these type of scammers, they thrive on the hand-to-me orders. And why is that? Hand-to-me orders, we just give the food. Most common now, especially after COVID, is leave at door. And what are we doing when we leave the order at the door? A picture, that's right. So there's some kind of proof in the chat, in the history of the order, that if the customer says they didn't get it, Uber Eats can look in there and see the picture. So on hand-to-me orders, what defense do we have as drivers to say, yes, I did deliver that order? So one thing that you can do, and I know this is awkward, take a picture of you near the drop-off location, ideally holding the food, And do it before you knock on the door or ring the doorbell. At least you have a picture of you right there with the food. And again, I know this is hard. Ideally, you'd want to get a picture with the customer, but that's just unrealistic. Most of the time it's quick, and you're not going to risk your tip taking a picture with them. One thing that I will say to do, I was going to save this for the end, but I'll just show you now. I use a body camera, so I always have video footage. I keep that down there on my waist. That way I have video recording of all my drop-offs. That's something you should do. I also take my own pictures in the app, because if there's an issue, you're going to be deactivated and not be on the app. But if I have my own pictures of the drop-off, then I'm set, and then I have that video as well. Plus, take screenshots of every aspect of that customer's order, especially on the hand me orders. And here's what the customer does. They know that we get complacent, we're used to leave at door, but the customer says hand to me. You'll notice many times in the comments they'll say leave at door, even though it's a hand to me, leave at door. How do you handle that? Well, I personally, and I recommend you do this too, it was a hand to me at order, a hand to me at door. So I knock on the door and I ring the doorbell. I'll wait a little bit, and then obviously if they intended it to be a leave at door, eventually they may contact you and say, oh, please just leave it there. And then you have a record of that in the chat. If not, while I'm waiting, I'll message them and I'll say I'm here and I can't wait to give you your food. You know, I don't say stuff like that, but I have a chat message going, and then I'll wait a while, and if they don't show up, I will say this. I'll message in there and it says, oh, I'm sorry, Joe or Billy Bob, whatever the name is. It looks like you're not able to make it to the door. So I will leave it here by your doorstep. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day. And it is sad because in Uber Eats, we can't attach pictures in the chat. The only picture we can do is when we drop it off. And you know, on the hand me orders, there's no place to take a picture because we're supposed to just hand it to the customer. But at least I take my own picture. That way I have it should I need it. There is a third type of scam. And again, it's not as common as well, all of these are not common. Most customers are just fine. We'll say 85% of customers are fine. So the true criminal thieves, those would be like, say, 1 or 2%. And then you have the thief scammers, the customers themselves trying to get free food. I would say that's like, say, 5% of the time. So another less known thing, and be careful of this, some customers may contact you and want you to buy things, whatever it is, from whatever location, using your own money. And then they would promise you to give you cash when they see you, or to reimburse you by increasing your tip. Now, I'm sure you can see all the complexity of this. It's on you if you do something like this. I used to do this a little bit on Instacart, but not on Uber Eats. Obviously, this will mostly be on a shop and pay order. Potentially, though, if you're at a restaurant, maybe they would say, I forgot something, or I couldn't get this, and would you be so kind? I'll tip you so well. I'll tip you in the app if you get me an extra taco or a burrito or whatever. Or especially on a shop and deliver order, maybe there's something else that you could get them. Stay far away from alcohol or anything like that. Again, it's not as common, but it does happen. And if you're the one taking the risk, if you use your own money to do this. So again, those are just a really small percentage of the times. So overall, I think you have some simple techniques here to thwart the scammers. Never give your personal information, and document all your deliveries. Definitely take your own pictures. I use that body camera. It's good. Now, earlier I mentioned, and it's true, many food delivery drivers, we do ride share as well. And speaking of criminal activity, you do not want to have anything to do with criminal behavior, and unaccompanied minors can put you in this situation. No one wants to be involved with trafficking. You talk about ruining your life, that's a quick way to do it. So this benefits food delivery drivers and rideshare drivers. You can benefit from this knowledge, and you're going to realize, yes, we're independent contractors, but you are still responsible for your own actions, whether that's food delivery or in this case, especially rideshare. So watch this video next, and I'll see you there.